It's time for Damage Control. Joe Reichel is here from Damage Control Services. If you have a question for Joe during the course of this half hour, don't wait. You got to call 622-WOCA. Many times, for some reason, Joe gets calls at the end of the show, and then he doesn't have a long time to answer your questions. So
it seems that happens every week.
Happens a lot, yeah. So call at the beginning and get a lot of time for your answer.
Get it out of the way.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Thank you for doing our Queen's Wave with us. That was fun.
I enjoyed that.
The children that will benefit were excited about it. They were posting on their websites, everything, and it's just a sweet thing. So
very cool.
And in fact, Pete brought a gift.
Oh, I like that.
This is the Solar Queen. She's doing the Queen's Wave. She got a solar cell in her pocketbook or something.
I like that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, he's got the.
So we put the Queen's Wave. I got something to tell you.
I've got something to tell you.
You want to tell me what you have first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I had a really neat experience this week at Publix. I don't know if you saw I posted it on Facebook.
I did, yes.
I had a listener. Uh-huh. She said, "You're the Joe that I listened to on the radio." And I thought that kind of made my day.
Oh, that is cool.
Yep.
Well, here's what I have to tell you.
Okay.
I know a guy who has a aluminum shed.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And it has holes in it, and those holes are letting in wasps. So he was cutting tin cans.
Okay.
And using the tin to patch those holes.
Okay.
With glue or some kind of putty or something just to hold it on there. So I said, well, I'll ask Joe Reichel if there's a better way. Like, is there some kind of a metal adhesive or something?
JB Weld is something that adheres nicely to...
what is that?
It's an epoxy that adheres nicely to just about anything. It's a 2-part epoxy that you mix together.
Oh, okay.
So, but anything that, if you went to where the adhesives are and any of the stores, will have
heat,
different
because it gets
stuff.
really hot, there's no air in this thing.
Well, if it adheres to, it'll say on there if it's for, holding metal together or whatever. So
yeah, on the inside.
Where are the holes? Are they in the sides or how big are the holes?
Like an inch or so. He's cutting cans to patch them with the cans. I don't know if they're soup cans, I guess. Soup something. They're dog food cans or something.
Yeah, that would work.
Cutting them apart.
I would probably, I mean, if you didn't really care about what it looked like, I would even probably try using that spray foam insulation. That sticks to everything. As
a wood to adhere
to hold that can in there.
Oh,
spray around it.
Okay.
And that would.
Well, that'd be on the inside because he's putting them all on the inside anyway.
Right.
There's like 8 of them. I don't know where the holes came from. I don't know if that was intentional to let the air through or something by the previous owner or whatever.
Shooting it with a BB gun.
Well, it's a little big for BB holes.
As a kid, I used my slingshot, and when we'd grow, we had potatoes in the garden, and so we were digging them. Anything that was smaller than an inch around, I'd use it for slingshot.
Could it penetrate aluminum?
I shot the metal shed quite a few times, and that wouldn't penetrate.
Oh, okay.
But I did use a rock one time, and it penetrated.
It did, went right through. Well, who knows? Maybe kids were throwing rocks.
Could be.
Or a lawnmower throwing rocks or something. Wow.
But a potato will make a really loud thud on a metal shed.
I bet it does. Mm-hmm. So do you go back to that Walmart now with an 8x10 glossy ready to sign an autograph?
It was a Publix.
Oh, what did I say? Walmart? Yeah, Publix. Yeah.
It was Publix. I did not take her an 8x10.
No.
I did give her a little thoughtful note that I carry with me. The little notes that I carry.
Really? Mm-hmm. Do you have one with you right now? Do you write them on the spot, or do you have them all printed up?
They are a printed message.
Right.
I get these at. Now I forgot the name of the store.
That's a good thoughtful note. Right? The one I just looked at looks like a $20 bill.
Yeah, that one. Well, I've got.
That's a good thoughtful note.
I've got one that says "Dream" on it.
Oh, okay.
And then one that says "Be happy," and then I've got "Believe with me."
Nice. Now. And do you remember which one you gave her?
It might have been a thank you one, but when you open it up, it's a pop-open note, and you open it up, and there's a message inside.
Oh, cool.
So I write a hand little gesture on the back, and I leave these with a lot of people. Just if they do something nice or whatever, I tendency to leave them. I can't even remember the name of the store.
Where you got the notes from?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
Are they
stores.
like Christian notes? Or are they like you would get it from a
positive message note?
Okay,
It's right next to Panera, behind Carrabba's.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
No, that's not it.
Beautiful moments?
No, that's not it.
No.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
What's happening, man? And Mrs. Jesse and baby Jesse. Why can I not remember the name of the store?
I know, but you got these notes.
They've got candles there.
And you hand them out?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great gift store.
I used to get McDonald's gift books, like $5.
Right.
I think they had 5 $1 coupons in there.
Mm-hmm.
Give them out. People say, "Wow, that's pretty nice." Go to McDonald's.
Now it's driving me crazy. I got to find out who
You
read that.
gotta look it up. Well, in the meantime, let me give out this number.
Yes.
If you want to call Joe Reichel and ask him how to fix it. Maybe you're working on something, a do-it-yourself home project, and you're trying to fix something. We talked last week about the fact that lots of little projects can really build up quick if you don't take care of them when they happen. Like plumbing projects. How many times does that happen, right? If the faucet's dripping, I'll put it off. Next thing you know, it's not really controllable anymore, so... If you have a do-it-yourself project you need a little tip on, 622-9622. Good time to call right now. Ask Joe. Were you working on Joe Martone's house?
Yes.
Did I see a photo? What were you doing over there?
He had the riser where the electric comes into the house. The neoprene gasket gave way on that, so
Yeah.
I went over and fixed that for him.
And you got a lot of grief from a lot of people on Facebook. Did you see all that grief?
No.
Joe actually works, they were saying?
Right, I did see that. Yeah,
it's
I
a
get that
form
once
of
in a while.
affection, when people
I
do
know it. It doesn't bother me.
So what are you working on right now? Do you have any homes? Or?
Well, the guys this morning started on a house this morning that basically the grout started to give way in the shower.
Oh, okay.
So water was leaking into the wall and caused some mold issues, just water damage and probably some mold growing behind the walls. So they're tearing out the shower today and getting that all dried out and putting the shower back together. That's one of the jobs we got today. And on my way here, I got a phone call. A friend of mine, his mother's house has a water heater, and the water heater pipe to the water heater broke.
Oh no!
And so it water everywhere from that. So.
Oh my goodness! And you have a phone call.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on the air with Joe.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Is that story you were thinking of retail therapy?
Retail therapy is it? Excellent. Thank you. I was about ready to say whenever you...
Now your mind will be at peace, and you can just express all your wonderful ideas about what you really want to talk about instead of thinking, what's the name of that store?
Right.
I could not believe I couldn't remember the name of that store. It's one of my favorite little stores, too.
Cool.
Excellent.
Okay, glad I could help. Bye.
Thank you for the phone call.
See, before there was a Google, there was this thing called Radio Show, but it was only a few of us who had access to it. So I could ask any question, and I would get the answer.
Really?
Absolutely. You want to test it right now?
I wouldn't know what to ask.
I'll ask a question.
Okay.
What's the largest marsupial on the planet?
Okay.
I have no idea what it is. It'll come. Somebody will call in with the answer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's how the old Google worked. You had to have a radio show, and then you would have the answer.
Huh. I like it. We had a neat job last week, actually, that I wanted to talk about today, and we installed on a business storage at Ocala, which is up North 326 or Highway 326 and Old Jacksonville Road, right there at that intersection. We installed hurricane storm shutters on a building. So they had purchased them, and we went out there and put them on the building to make sure that they, kind of a test run, make sure that they would work, and then took them down and stored them for them.
Okay, so they're not permanently attached to the house. Okay.
The tracks are there, so pretty much what we've got worked out with them is within 24 hours, if they call us, we go out there and put them up for them, and then whenever they want them down, they call us, and we go back out and take them down. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've often wondered why we have, like, the shutter look. Mm-hmm. We don't have real shutters anymore.
No.
I mean, we haven't had real shutters probably since the 50s.
Not since, right. Well, typically now that you have windows that work, you don't need shutters.
Oh, is that what happened? Windows work? They didn't work before?
Well, what people did long time ago, the shutter was your actual window. That's how that worked out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When the shutter was closed, your window was closed. When you opened the shutters,
I didn't know that. And so we kept the look, though. We liked that look of things next to the window that look like shutters, but they're really just for looks.
The shutters are very decorative on a house, and I mean, I installed some on a friend's house not too long ago for them, and it really changes the look of the house and adds a lot of street value to the home.
I think because we got used to it back in the 30s and 40s, whatever. By the way, in the new, we've been talking about the Old Farmer's Almanac all day.
Right.
In the new one, it was talking about trends to expect in 2015, and one of the home trends is a dream home will be a historical house, but not an exact replica. In other words, a vintage exterior with a very open interior. Isn't that cool?
I like it.
I like that one. Some of the other suggestions, like a lighthouse that you actually live in, that's not for me. But anyway, you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe.
I didn't want to be on the air. I just am concerned. I'm having a terrible time getting reception from your station. And I've always had good reception until the last 2 days.
Yeah, we're working on something on the FM, but if you go to the AM, it's coming in perfect.
Oh, well, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Yeah, the FM is something Dan is working on right now. So, but the AM is coming in nicely. We need to take a little break, Joe.
Excellent.
Right? We'll take that break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Intervals of clouds and sunshine today with a couple of thunderstorms in the afternoon. High 87 to 90. Shower or thunderstorm this evening, then partly cloudy tonight, low 70 to 74. Clouds and sunshine tomorrow with a shower or thunderstorm in the area. High 88 to 92. Then on Thursday, a shower or thunderstorm in spots with a high of 88 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
All right, thank you. 10 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Joe Reichel is here from Damage Control Services, and your phone calls are an important part of the show. The number is 622-WOCA. And Joe, you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, guys. Joe.
Good morning.
Say, I've got a gas fireplace, and it's a gas burner where I can keep the flue closed. I don't have to let the heat go up the chimney, and it's safe.
Right.
The problem is I got a chimney cap, And when we usually get rain, a thunderstorm, it's kind of a windy one, so I can hear rain hitting the top of that flue during a pretty good storm. Am I having some damage done there? And can I take that cap off the chimney and just somehow seal the top of the chimney totally?
Yes, it can be. I'm sure it can be sealed totally. I'm not, without looking at it, what would be best. Typically, those are made to be able to withstand the weather like that. If you're getting a lot of rain down there, that is a problem. But most of the time, your chimney caps are designed so that they keep that, keep the rain out. There may be something, wrong that if you're getting an exceptional amount, if you know what I'm saying.
I had somebody look at the cap, and the cap is fine, but it seems that when we usually get a thunderstorm, it's usually on the windy side, and it's coming in on the side. And I wouldn't say I'm getting a lot of rain, but I can hear it dripping on the flue, And I'm just wondering if I couldn't go up there and just seal it off with a piece of plastic or anything, just to to tighten it up.
Like I said, without looking at it, I really wouldn't know the best option for sealing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's not going to be a problem with fumes or nothing, because I'm using the fireplace now with it shut, with the flue closed. So
right.
There's no danger that way. But I would imagine eventually down the line, if I do something up there, if I sell the house and the guy comes back with a naturally burning fireplace, which it is, you'll have to open it up again. Otherwise, it'll be a problem.
Yeah, it'd just be a matter of getting a different cap for it that would be open, probably.
Yeah. They don't have like caps that have some kind of a side protection where you can stop the rain coming in that way,
Well, there are a variety of different ones, and that might be your best bet, is just to find one that would maybe protect it a little bit more than what you've got. Maybe there's something, with what you have as far as it's allowing too much rain in there.
Yeah. What kind of material are those flues basically made out of?
That's just a metal. And it really depends what kind of fireplace you have, but it's a metal in there.
So it's subject to rusting if it gets a lot of water, right?
If it got a lot of water, and typically a lot of water that was sitting on it, being that it's open air like that, it would probably dry off pretty good, and you wouldn't have to worry too much about rust.
Yeah, well, if I would turn the fireplace on, but I don't want to do that in the middle of summer, that would heat up in a matter of a second and, just steam away the water if there's any on there. But I'm thinking of trying to figure out a way I can work with the chimney up there and seal it off.
Yeah, probably, just get somebody out there that works on, fireplace installation. They'd be able to probably either get you a new cap or something that would be better fitted for it.
It would have to be something that can go back to its original situation in eventual time when I sell a property and a guy wants to come in and burn wood in a fireplace,
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call.
Yeah. That was an interesting call, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, don't think about that kind of things, but just...
Well,
I don't have a fireplace, so maybe that's why.
It's funny because we've had two homes recently in the historic section that these old fireplaces, they're just a firebox. They've got no flue in there. So,
okay.
There's nothing to shut off the air. And so they're basically any of the cool air that's in there is escaping out the chimney and the warm air is coming in. So... and if you don't have a chimney cap on there of some sort or something covering it, there are birds that will nest in there. Chimney swifts is what they call them. You can see them, especially in the evening times, flying around. If you have a chimney and they're very fast flying, almost look like a bat.
Yeah, I think I've seen them. Yeah,
and they have a very pointed tails and flap their wings really fast, and they'll swoop through the neighborhoods, and they will if you're watching them, they'll go down the chimney and they nest in the chimneys if you don't have a cap on your chimney.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We've talked about all kinds of damage, but that's something that you could handle, or you could maybe improvise, I guess, for somebody to keep those birds out, or I guess.
Yeah, it's just a matter of putting a wire cover up there or some sort of a cap on your chimney.
Or a cat. Put a cat in there. They get the birds out.
Cat. There you go.
Get the birds out. So you've got some actual damage that you've been working on. It sounds like with the water damage and things like that. Yeah,
we've got several different jobs happening right now. So, and one of them I got a call actually today was a tree. Kind of this ended up being an unfortunate situation, but it was damage that happened last July, and the homeowner called me today saying that her mortgage company has finally given the go-ahead to get the work done.
Ah, good.
So, over a year later, she's finally able to get her house fixed.
Wow.
So it'll take a little bit of time yet to fix it, but we're making steps, in the right direction. So that was a happy phone call this morning.
Have you ever had a call about the mark that's left after the termite treatment is drilled into the concrete? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
There's like a little circle that's left because they fill it in.
About the size of a nickel?
And some people don't like that circle. They wanted to get rid of that circle. So what would you do? Just paint over it?
Well, there's different types of filler that you can use, or like a bonding agent that you can fill in there. And oftentimes, unfortunately, though, it's still a different color. You're going to notice it.
Oh,
really? Just because it's hard to match, concrete exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have the same color concrete, because it's newer, it's not going to match.
Yeah,
if you understand what I'm saying.
Sure.
So, that will sometimes, you're always going to see it. A lot of times I've seen people, they put like an epoxy on there, or a paint.
Okay.
An epoxy style paint in order to cover that, and then you don't even know it.
So do the termite guy drill in the same place the next time he needs to do that?
Typically, that's a one-time treatment.
For your whole life?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And then they treat it differently whenever, but yeah, they'll only drill one time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so.
We are almost out of time, so before we run out of time, what is your phone number?
The little kid's shirt says irresistible on it. I like it. My phone number is 352-817-6574, or you can email me, joe@damageflorida, that's all spelled out, damageflorida.com. One thing I wanted to say real quickly, we've started sending out a weekly blog.
Okay.
It's an email blog. If anybody wants to receive those weekly emails, it's just a quick email on tips and tactics to avoid damage, and much like the radio show, what to do if you do get have a disaster, or what's the best practices. So if you wanted to get that blog, you can call me or email me, and we could put you on our email list. Or you can go to damagecontrolservicesfl.com, and there's a place to sign up for it.
We subscribe to your blog.
You can subscribe to the blog.
I haven't subscribed to a blog in a long time. I used to do it, and there was this reader that I would use. That was it an R or something in an orange box? Do you know what I'm talking about? The readers.
Mm-mm.
And they would automatically load it every time you had a new one.
Neat.
I don't know if they still use that or not. It's been so long.
We've got a guy that does it for us. So,
oh, you do?
Yeah.
And are you writing?
Marketing guru.
Are you the guy writing the blog?
Some of them helping with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for what you do. We will take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala. Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu.